Well, let's now transition to some information, some news. Well, it's not news, but conversations that might not be as exciting as hearing Pat P's feeling pretty good. The Cowboys, Minnesota Vikings recap. Entertaining ball game. Sunday night is always a big deal. You're on a national stage. I can tell you this much, man. They did a great job in like the intro of the game. You got a chance to see. I don't know what bridge that is, but leading into the stadium and leading into the city where the stadium is, and the stadium was all purple. Mm-hmm. That's a real dope view. Just going into where the stadium is, you see the stadium with the purple coming off the top of the roof. But the Vikings lost 20-16. Eric got to check up what my prediction was. I know I was in the 20s.
23-26.
23-26. We got a 6 in there, but we ain't got a 3 in there. 23-26 was my prediction. For the first time being on the sideline and not being able to play Pat P, what was the feeling like for you, and how did you try to stay engaged in the ball game?
Oh, I was engaged.
I saw you had the earpiece. What's the earpiece about? Like you hearing what the play call is?
Yeah, just hearing what the play call is, and just going through my if I was in the game, so getting the call. If I was Cam, going through my checklist, basically. They give me two by two. I'm thinking of these routes. Now, obviously, now I got to figure out what coverage we in. Now I got to understand what my health is. Understanding where I need to be successful in this defense. And like I said, formation recognition, 3-by-1s. If they coming out in ace, understanding ace pass sets. Understand what they like to do in 3-by-1 kings. Understand what they like to do and spread. And that's kind of like my checklist. And now that it's time for me to get ready to play ball. And that's the same thing I was doing on the sideline as well. So I'm definitely engaged.
Yeah, look like a little mini coach out there with the earpiece on with your ball cap, man, cap. And for y'all listeners, for the listeners and viewers that are hearing us and checking us out, we appreciate you guys, every episode. But you heard Pat P talk about ace. You heard Pat P talk about kings. Formational speaking, offensively, we refer to formations as cards. Now, some teams might utilize numbers. You know what I mean? And in college at Florida State, we utilize numbers, and it would be 11 personnel, 12 personnel, 10 13, personnel.
22, yeah.
Yeah, 22 personnel, right? So that's the personnel that the offense comes out on the football field. NFL-wise, a lot of organizations, a lot of defenses, they refer to the personnel as cards. So if you come out in a flush set, right? Flush set is the same as a 10 personnel. 10 personnel basically is 1 back, 0 tight ends.
Yep.
So when it comes to the number system, the first number is always the running back. The second number is always the tight end. So if it was 11 personnel, you have 1 back, 1 tight end. But when it comes to utilizing cards, flush, which is not an actual card, but it's a part of a card game, it would be 10 personnel, right? Ace would be 12 personnel. So ace would be 12 personnel. Ace would be 2 tight ends, 1 running back. So when you guys hearing Pat refer to personnel wise, checking the formation, they come out flush, they come out in ace, they come out in kings, you know what I mean? They come out in queens. That's that's football talk for us right now. So we just kind of educating you guys. Anytime you watch television, you watch a football show, you watch a football segment, if you hear a player or former player refer to offensive formations as kings personnel, flush personnel, ace personnel, queens personnel, you guys kind of know what we're talking about, right? So that's what he was saying. I know some people might be like, what do you mean? So we try to educate as much as possible on this show. I feel like anytime you get an opportunity to learn, you understand and you watch it better. You know what I mean? So I know my mom watched football just as much as I do now. She know the game a lot more than what she did before I started playing. And being able to understand certain things makes her feel better when she watched the game. Like, oh, yeah, I heard him say such and such. I know what Kings is. You know what I mean? So that's an amazing feeling. Watching the game with your mom and she'd be like, oh, they ain't Kings personnel. What? Where you get that from? Yeah, so that's what Pat P was referring to. I love hearing that. Though, Pat P.
Tina May.
No question. I love hearing that because I saw you walk on the sideline. Pat P got a little earpiece. I didn't know, you were actually involved in hearing what was coming from the sideline to the players. So that's real good to be involved in the game, and you're never losing the mental aspect on the sideline. Heading into the ball game for Sunday night, personally, did you think Dak Prescott would play? And what was your reaction when you heard he wasn't going to play?
I didn't think he was going to play initially.
I didn't either.
Hearing the injury and obviously knowing how important and valuable he is to that team, and they right now I think they're still in a pretty good position in their division. Get them. They came off a bye week, so give them an extra week to heal up and get ready for the stretch that they preparing for to finish off their season. So it wasn't shocking to me, but at the same time, you as a team, as an opposing team, you don't want to get caught up in that because Coach made a great point. We can't care about who plays because at the same time you get caught up in that you kind of relax.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, all right, we about to play against Cooper Rush, and we never saw him on tape. Had a pretty good night, but you kind of get that mindset. You can kind of go lackadaisical or whatever. But as a team, we got to build that mindset of, all right, we definitely got to go kill now. Not saying that happened, but that's something that we got to be able to build as a team. But I wasn't shocked or surprised hearing the news that he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, I wasn't either. You remember last week's episode, getting ready for that Sunday night game against the Cowboys, I said, I don't expect to see him play because he had a significant limp the last time we saw them against the Patriots. And Vegas also, kind of was giving indications of what was going to happen because the line switched dramatically. Initially, the Cowboys were a 2.5-point favorite. And then during the week before Sunday night's game, you guys became the favorite. You know what I mean? So clearly they knew something, and Vegas always knows something when it comes to gambling. And that was the first indicator that he wouldn't potentially play based on the lines, seeing the movement in the lines. Cooper Rush, you're talking about his first start, 25 of 40, 325, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, basically benefited on huge plays, splash-like plays. We saw a long touchdown reception to Cedric Wilson. I played with Cedric Wilson's dad in Pittsburgh. Ced Wilson went to Tennessee. Huge touchdown reception in a cover 2 standpoint. Looked like the safeties got a little too wide, left the middle of the football field wide open. We also saw a few chunk plays to Amari Cooper. But looking at defensively, what were some things that could have been done better? You know what I mean? And you guys were able to put some pressure because think about this. The score was 20-16. Seems like forever it was 10-10. For a long time. And then the splash plays kind of happened, especially in the fourth quarter. But, there were a few plays that were left on the football field. From your viewpoint on the sideline, what did you notice, as far as, being able to do some things differently that probably would have put you guys in a better position to win the ball game?
I think just overall, just playing more together at the same time, and when I say that, here's the meaning. Like, if we're playing cover 2, play your responsibility to your best ability so you don't put stress on other positions in the secondary or in the linebacker position. As far as if you got cover 2, you're supposed to force the receiver inside. You know what I mean? Because if you force them outside, that puts stress on the safeties. Force them to get on their landmark, and now they have to get even wider because now they're kind of threatened. You know what I mean? Not having the ability, and that's where, defense is so beautiful because in football at the same time, because it's really a team game and everybody have to do their job at the best of their ability. You know what I mean? Even in man-to-man coverage, if you're in man-to-man coverage, you got to be inside, stay inside, and cover 3, same thing. The main thing in cover 3, what you want to do, Matt, funnel everything to the who? To the safety. So you want to be, low hip, outside to force everything to your help. So, and the same thing, vice versa, when it comes to, spilling blocks, hammering blocks, crashing the yo-yo motions, things like that. It just all comes down to everybody being on the same page and everybody doing their job on that particular play at the best of their ability.
One thing that used to help us out a lot in Pittsburgh, like Thursday would be our extended day, to say the least, when it comes to watching tape. So, of course, you have our normal work schedule, on the watching tape before practice, and then we practice. And after practice, we get off the field around 3:00. So we probably devoted, let's say, around 4:30. We'll order food in, right? We'll order like something. We have catered food from one of the closest restaurants to the facility. And 4:30, we're devoted at least an hour to watch tape together. So it would be the secondary guys and the second level guys, linebackers, and we ran 3-4. So, we had outside linebackers and, of course, inside backers. So what we do, Pat P, let's say we're getting ready for the Baltimore Ravens, right? We would go over third down situations, red zone, and a few critical in between the 20 like plays that they ran. What we would do is get a play call, right, from the sideline, quote unquote. We all in the meeting room together. So let's say it's tight wheel. It's like, let's say it's tight wheel me two busters, something like that. Now, as a corner, we come out, we see the formation coming on tape. We all watch tape together. So now I'm talking to the safety. Hey, RC, tight split. Watch the under. We're communicating. Right. Or I tell Debo, James Harrison, hey, watch the crack. I got you if he come. So now we're literally talking like how we will be talking on Sunday. And when we started doing that, man, we just took off. Like everything that we were seeing on Thursday that we were watching and verbally communicating with, it transitioned to the football field on Sunday. And then we were already on the same page because we played together, for so many years, but the continuity just went to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? And that's something you guys, and then what we do is, like I said, we eat, we fraternize, but we study it. So now the inside linebackers are communicating, they hear us talking. Hey, and we're seeing everything visually, and we just communicating. Being transparent on the football field, especially defensively, is so important. Mm-hmm. So important. Like, prime example, you see on this situation, hey, y'all, hey, RC, he got a tight split. He like that curl. So be mindful. If I get that curl, lean to my side, I'm gone. Yeah. So they curl and go me. I'm going to need you to beat up. Just let me know if you can't beat up. Now I'm going to play honest. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or if you see Debo or Lamar Whitley, hey, they getting pressure. Hey, man, how you feeling? Can I get ready to squat on something? Mm-hmm. I got it. I got you. Yeah. When I hit my hip, you know what time it is. I got you. Let's go. Yeah. I'm squatting, but you better get there. RC, I'm squatting, so just be over the top. But that's how it flows, you know what I mean? Just being able to communicate. And it's funny you talked about just being on the same page. You know what I mean? Those are things that we were able to do that help us elevate to be a top tier like defense. The losing is already very, very difficult to lose. But the way you guys lost, and you look at some of the more devastating close losses, how damaging was Sunday's loss, when it comes to playoff hopes, in your opinion?
It would be cliche to be like, we still got time, but the truth of the matter is we don't have much time left. We got to get this thing right and turned around now. I believe we played 7 games, so we got 11 games left. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we got 11 games.
17 game season.
Yeah, so we got 11 game season, man, to really
10 left.
Down deep. 10 left. Well, 10 game season. I'm sorry, 10 game season to really dig down deep and really dissect ourselves and really ask ourselves how bad do we want it?
No
question. We got the talent. We got everything that we need to compete. But it's coming down to those. I won't call them little things because they're so big, but they are little because I won't necessarily call them little, but we have to find a way to clean up, the mistakes that we're making, in all phases of the game. You know what I mean? So making sure we're on the same page on, offense, defense, special teams, that comes with, with everything that contribute into winning ball games, So, but, that hurt, that loss last night definitely hurt a little bit, you know what I mean? But, we still just have just a little bit, enough time to still go where we want to go. You know what I mean? I think we rank 8th right now in the NFC. So
and remember the top time. The top 7 get in.
So it's still time. You know what I mean? But we got to get it turned around pretty quickly.
You got to, and you still have time, but you don't want to have to scoreboard watch at the end of the season needing help to get in. You want to control your own destiny. Cam Dantzler filled in for you this past Sunday night. How would you evaluate Cam's performance from what you saw, Sunday night against the Cowboys?
I thought Cam made some plays. I think of some plays out there that he wish he could have made as well. I thought he played solid. I thought he played within himself. I thought he was extremely focused throughout the game. I thought he tackled well. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I just thought he had an all-around game. It's just a couple things that, we have to clean up, especially down in the red zone. Like I told him, I thought he was a little bit too deep. It gave Amari an opportunity to really dissect what's going on. And, and it was like, I think that was at the 5-yard line. And, our whole deal when you're in the red zone, especially in that situation, you want to split the difference. It's the reason why you want to split the difference, because you want to get your hands on the receiver as quick as possible to have him more worried about you and give you a better opportunity to wash him away from the spot where the quarterback is throwing the ball.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So I think, just a couple small technical things that we can clean up. Hopefully we can clean those up this week and he can have even a better game come Sunday. And that's just the life of a DB, man. Like I said, you can make plays all game.
Give up one.
Game. You give up that one touchdown at the end of the game that cost it.
No question.
Nobody else remember, what happened throughout the course of the game. So
yes, sir. That's why you always got to be on alert.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. I just we're the bad guys to the offense and the other guys. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to get fined. But and also the bad guys, the bad guys to the world as well. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
where, you can be good one day, but if you give up that one play that costs something, you can't be. You won't be. You be looked at different. Yeah. And I thought he had that interception. That'd have been huge. He couldn't get his hands underneath. Yeah, I did too, man. Yeah. I did. That would have been big, man.
That'd have been a big play. We normally highlight cornerbacks, of course, but we got to highlight Xavier Woods. I mean, you've been high on Xavier since, signing with the Vikings and being on the grass and seeing everybody. 8 tackles, an interception, a sack on Sunday. Played against his former team, the Dallas Cowboys, man. Yeah. But, how special was he this past Sunday night against the Cowboys?
Man, it's been solid all year, but this right here, I think was a breakout game, for the season for him. To have a really all-around solid performance like that. I knew that game meant a lot for him and to him. Wish he was able to get the dub for him. But unfortunately he wasn't. But, he played lights out. He took it to another level. When the lights came on, Daddy Smooth came out. He came out the party, man. And,
he did. He played well, played hard. Played real hard.
And then, like I said, he always play hard. He always going to be around the ball. He always going to make sound tackles. He always going to be doing his responsibility 100%. It was just, I don't know. He saw that star and them lights was bright.
Yeah.
Wolverine came out, goddammit.
Yes, sir. Well, keep it coming. X, keep it coming. You got another big one this upcoming Sunday, so make sure you keep it coming.